It's that time again. It is the start of a new month, which means that it's time for me to evaluate my trading performance for the month of September 2020. September has been a pretty crazy month for me, and in a moment I'm going to dive onto the charts with you guys and just show you some of my metrics and some of my data for my trading performance for September. But in a nutshell for you, what we're going to go through is that I have jumped about a little bit with my trade plan. So I started off and initially I carried some swing trades through the beginning of September, and then towards the end of September I decided to actively day trade Forex, which had some interesting results. Up until the point where I decided to day trade, I was actually down 4% on my account in September and I was doing pretty badly. But in a week, I managed to make all of that back and I managed to get break even on the month, which was awesome. I felt great. I felt really good and really excited to day trade. But then that meant that on the last day of September, I had made all this progress and I said to myself, look, you should probably not trade today. It's been a bit crazy. Just take the day off. It's the last day of the month. Did I listen to myself? No, of course I didn't. I decided to trade and I actually took a loss. So I was so close to being green for the first time. And on the last trading day of the month, I took a loss, which put me down on my account. So actually, this month has been my best trading performance because I have lost the least amount. I'm down, I think it is about 0.75%. I'll get that exact figure for you in just a moment. But needless to say, I am down literally about £3 on September. So it has been a great month. I've seen a lot of growth in myself and I'm very happy, and I've actually crossed that threshold because in September I dipped down to a low of around about £380 in my trading account. If you've been staying with me through my journey, you'll know that I started with £500. So obviously I'm in the red at the moment, but in September I managed to climb back up. I got back above £400 in my account. So I'm seeing some progress. And I think one of the key things I've been doing is managing my risk because I'm using a small account. I'm using very small position sizes and I'm trying to focus on cutting losers quickly. I'm trying to manage the risk and keep my account alive. And I'm starting to notice that shift in my trading where I need to now learn how to let my winners run. So the lessons never seem to end, but fortunately I'm starting to see some tiny growth in my performance and my account. So let's dive onto the charts. And just a quick disclaimer for you, if you are new to the channel, my name's Emily and on Mindfully Trading, I share my journey as I grow and develop as a Forex trader. So at this moment in time, I am not yet profitable. I'm working towards that goal. So if you're interested to see how I get on my trading journey, do be sure to hit the subscribe button below and follow along. Okay guys, so in the monthly view of my weekly review and metric sheet, and here we have my progress so far. So as you can see, right at the beginning of April of this year, I started my Forex account with £500, and my whole goal has been on focusing on managing my risk and keeping my account alive to enable me to continue to trade in a live environment whilst I practice and grow and develop as a trader. I have taken quite a few losses and at the moment I haven't yet got back to my starting balance. I've not yet got back to 500, but I feel like I'm learning so much along the way and it's not really about the money for me at the moment, it's about the lessons. So on this left hand side column here, you can see that for April I took a loss of £21.62. I then had my largest loser in May and I took a loss of £44.23. During this time, I was actually risking 3 times per trade what I'm risking now. So in June, I seriously evaluated my trading performance. I noticed that I was taking these big losers and I thought I need to reduce my risk, and I started learning a lot about risk management. As part of that, I decided to risk 1% per trade instead of 3%, which is what I was risking before. So then in June, I took £11 loss. I had a £15 loss in July. I then had my best month so far in August and took a loss of £4.34, which was about 1% of my account. And then now today is the 1st of October and I've just been going through my metrics for September and I can see that I have actually had my best month so far because I've had a tiny loss of £3.16 in September, which works out roughly just under 1% on my account, so it's roughly about 0.75%, which is actually really good because I was down a lot more than that. Let's just dive into the weekly view here so you can see what I mean. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, for the most of September I was focusing on swing trading, and I had quite a few difficulties with that. I was only taking about 1 or 2 trades per week, and I was struggling with the time frames. I was struggling with the strategy, I suppose, just struggling with trading in general, because I've always come at trading with a day trading perspective. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that my background was day trading stocks, and I learnt wire trading, and I really prefer day trading, and that's why I've come back to that mindset now in September. So in fact, for the beginning part of September, I was unfortunately experiencing a consecutive losing streak, which was not very pleasant. So for the first week of September, I took 2 losers, which in percentage terms left me with minus 1.5% on my account. Week 2, I took just 1 trade on week 2. It was a bigger loser, and that gave me roughly around about minus 2% on my account. And then week 3, I took 2 trades. One was a break-even trade and one was another loser, which gave me minus 0.5% of my account. So in the first 3 weeks of September, although I wasn't actively day trading, I did not have any winners at all, and I was down 4% on my account, which is pretty tragic, right? But quite honestly, the first 3 weeks of September, I wasn't really focusing on physically trading. I had been studying, I'd been working on backtesting. If you've been following some videos, you've probably seen a couple of those. If not, I'll put some links above where you can check those out. And I was just basically coming up with this plan for my trading, you know, really trying to get to grips with it. But I wanted to carry on trading on the sidelines just to keep that experience alive with my emotions more than anything, taking live trades. But the weekend after this 3rd week here was when I had a good think about what I was doing. It wasn't working and I missed day trading. So I decided that part of the reason I wasn't day trading, quite honestly, was fear. Because when I first went into Forex day trading, I was having these big losers. When I did my 30-day challenge, I did great, but as soon as I went live, I lost. And I think that's built an element of fear within myself. I think I'm afraid that if I day trade and trade more, because I'm obviously taking a position a day, so it's like 5 trades a week roughly, I was afraid that if I had losing streaks that basically I would eat my account up and I'd fail. You know, it's emotional. Trading can be emotional, and one of the emotions that I experienced was fear of failure, and it had been stopping me from day trading. That was one of the main reasons I was swing trading, and I decided that I had to scrap that. I'm either going to day trade and I'm going to fail, and that's that. At least I've tried and I can try again and not give up. Or I'm going to day trade and I'm going to win. But I'm never going to know unless I don't day trade. So week 4, I came back in. I had a really good day on Monday, which felt great. Tuesday, I took a loser, but I cut it. So I was still up on the week, just under 2%. Wednesday, I had the best trading day I've had yet. And then Thursday, I had another great trading day. So week 4 was a brilliant week. And I actually made 4%. I made back all the losers that I'd had. But I didn't go into week 4 revenge trading. I wasn't aiming to do that. It just happened because I managed to keep really mindful. I managed to use a combination of yoga and just kind of being aware of these emotions. It just helped me to get them under wraps a little bit. So as a result, at the end of week 4, I was actually up 15 pence on September, and I was basically break even, obviously. But that felt excellent. I think that then went into my head because this last week of September, the 3 days here, I had 2 losers and I had 1 winner. So Monday was a really daft losing day. It was an emotional based one and it was unnecessary. Tuesday, I managed to have a nice winner, and that basically just recovered the loss I had on Monday. So at this point on Wednesday, the last day of September, I was back to my 15 pence profit, back to being break even on the month. And I thought to myself, it's probably a good idea to not trade, because if I didn't trade, then I technically would be green on September, and it'd be the first month I was green. And I just felt like that would be a really nice feeling. But I didn't listen to that part of myself. I decided to trade, and I did in fact take a loser. So that last day of September is what actually decided my results of September. So as a result, I am down £3.16. But even though it's red technically, I can't help but feel like I did really well, because I was down 4% and I had this amazing week where I proved to myself that I can do it. So my goal for October now is to recreate my week 4 of September. I'm just going to do my best to try to stay mindful. You know, the channel, Mindful Trading, it's named not because I am a mindful trader, but because I'm actively trying to be a mindful trader. You know, it's the goal. The goal is to mindfully trade, to be aware of the emotions and to not be ruled by them, to not react to them, and to just focus on trading and being patient and managing risk. And then my goals for October, I just basically want to be consistent and end green. And if that's only 0.5% on October, I don't really care. It's not about the money and it's not even really about the percentage growth at this point. It's more about the consistency. That's my goal. Once I start to have consistency and the data to prove it, then I'll start to set some higher goals. I'll start to set some monetary goals or percentage goals. But right now, I'm just interested in consistency. So there is a very brief recap for you on the month of September and a little update on where my goals and intentions are now with my trading. Do you have any goals set for October? You know, how are you guys getting on? Let me know in the comments below. If you've got any tips to share, be sure to share them. If you've enjoyed this recap, just hit that like button just to let me know, share some love, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.